Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Lens Life. My name is Phil Johnson. I'm a real estate photographer and I am so excited about this video podcast and what's going to happen here. I don't even know, but it's going to be awesome. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of background about how it came about and where this all came from. So again, I'm a real estate photographer. I'm not a regular photographer. I don't do weddings. I don't do portraits. I do real estate. That's it. And about a year ago, it started to feel like a job. So what originally began as a passion and just pure excitement started to feel like a job. And it was really frustrating and actually sad. So I took a step back and I thought about, what is it? What's the impact of what I do? Does it matter? And when I really thought about what I do, I realized a couple things. I help people sell their homes quicker and for more money. So I'm a big part of that. I help buyers find properties by their eye being drawn to these photos. And I help agents advance their careers in many different ways. And my photos get seen like millions of times. It's crazy when I think about it. So that reignited my passion for what I do, and it just got me thinking, and just led to this journey of creating Lens Life. And what the motto for Lens Life is the impact of glass. So that just kind of goes back to what I was just talking about. But then I thought about other things, like, what about the wedding photographer? They take a photo at a wedding, and that photo gets hung on someone's wall forever. Like, that's crazy. That's really, just when you step back and think about the impact of what you do with this camera, it's amazing and really just fun to think about. Another thing that was a part of my journey this last year has been TikTok. And I know it's just a camera that's on your phone, but that, videos that are made on there or different platforms have a huge impact. The ability to inspire. And, I know that there's videos out there that have saved people's lives, that have, just come at the right time in someone's life and made a huge impact. So through this podcast, I'm looking to explore the impact of glass by speaking to different people in different fields to see what that looks like. We'll definitely talk about real estate photography quite a bit, but I want to inspire people, motivate people, and educate. And, I know that there's people out there who love photography and maybe have been on the fence or, been wanting to make the jump into making photography a full-time thing. And I'm hoping that this gives them the push to go for that thing and pursue that of which they love. So just, I'm pumped up. Got a few people lined up already who are going to talk to us, explore some different topics. And then I just wanted to give you a brief history about, how I've gotten to this point. And, starting back in high school and all growing up, I thought I was going to be a musician. I love music. I always have. It has been just an absolute joy for me. And my bandmates and I, we were just convinced that we were going to be the next Dave Matthews Band. We saw what they did and we're like, well, we're just going to do that. That'll be the rest of our lives. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Actually, the drummer from the band, he has actually gone on to tour the whole world and, play giant stadiums and events. So good job, Chris, man. I'm very jealous, but happy for you. So coming out of high school, though, really didn't know which direction to go. And that whole part of life was like super stressful. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Which college are you going to go to? All that. So I ended up going to college, I found myself in a real estate licensing class to become a realtor. So at 18 or 19, I got my license. I began to help people buy and sell. I joined some different teams and worked on the administrative level with marketing and things like that. Preview of what's to come, I actually remember taking the photos with the point and shoot, helping the agents stage, our listings and go in and do the photography. And, I thought I was awesome. And I guess for the time it was about as good as it was. But, so I was in this real estate world and I had pretty much, succumbed to the idea that, I'm not going to be doing music. Going to be just doing like work, make money stuff. And I was like, well, you know what? If I'm not going to be pursuing music, I at least need to be able to do music, in my free time. So I ended up going to Full Sail in Orlando, Florida, later in my 20s, and got a degree in recording arts and music entertainment business. So I got a little home studio and I was able to record music, my own songs, and just to do what I love at home, which was a really, really great thing to do. Fast forward a little bit, I am working as basically a receptionist and a listing coordinator for Coldwell Banker in South Tampa. And I mean, like, I don't know if you've seen that movie Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray, but that's what it felt like it was, the 9 to 5. And it was so painful for me. I couldn't stand it. Wasn't making a ton of money. There were some advancement opportunities, but not anything crazy. And I certainly wasn't in love with what I was doing. I would literally every night spend like 11, when everyone went, like my wife and child went to bed, like 11 p.m. to 2 a.m., I was doing music. I was like, that's what was fueling me, was creating and just buried in my headphones making music. The broker there, Deborah McMillan, she was getting pushed from corporate to, push video on the agents. And so she ended up getting us a camera and I became the video guy. And the first camera we had was this like little pocket cam. It looked like a cell phone. Like, it was hilarious. And that was our camera. Like, it was funny. But it definitely, that like sparked something and was certainly a part of the journey. And I was looking for additional ways to make money. And I was getting into video and like I discovered iMovie and editing there. And I was like really, really into it and making just all these, weird videos and just loving it. So I went to this website, Fiverr. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's fiverr.com. And that's where you can buy really weird services starting at $5. And so I was trying to sell like making slideshows for people or taking their footage and editing stuff for them to make some extra money. Well, I came across this ad and it was to write descriptions for the multiple listing service. And I ended up applying for it and getting the job with this guy named Phil. So my name's Phil. I was like, that's kind of weird. I'd never really met anyone else named Phil. And one day we were chatting and I saw his signature. It said real estate photographer. So I was like, hey, what is that? Like, and from there, like, just everything changed. He taught me everything online, over the phone, about real estate photography. We did not have the money at the time, but I went out to Best Buy. I bought a really nice DSLR, put that on credit, and got a wide angle lens and a tripod, and he taught me everything. So I had access to agents at my office, and I asked them, hey, can I come, practice on your listing? Well, they were like, sure. And, all of a sudden, all the other agents are like asking me, hey, can you come practice on mine? Well, I started charging them, and I'm going out at lunch to shoot, and then I'm going after work to shoot, and then I'm going before work, and my lunches started to get longer and longer, and this just grew into something, and before you know it, I had phone calls coming from um, other agencies that we weren't working for, like the competition, and they're like, hey, can you come shoot my house? So this, it just grew, and it was incredible. So um, that led me from Florida to New Jersey, and then finally here I'm in Charleston, South Carolina area. And, so when we talk about the impact of glass, when that camera got into my hands, it changed my life and the life of my family. And since then, I've had the privilege of teaching a few others, you know, the way. And that's been amazing to be a part of it. So I am just really excited to see where this goes, and I really do hope that it inspires and motivates others to go out and be able to pursue what they love. And I wrote a book as well about becoming a real estate photographer and rolling out with an e-course on how to do that. So I'm just really excited to see, the impact of glass through this lens, to see where it goes. Please join me for the journey. Like I said, I'm going to be having some really cool guests, and hopefully some funny stories, entertaining stuff. But at the end of the day, just showing the impact of glass. So thanks for joining me for this first one, and I will see you on the next one.